Post-diet binge eating is real. This was me in 2017. In 7 days, I gained 20 pounds. And as you can see, it's not 20 pounds of muscle tissue, but a good amount of that is a combination of water and fat. Post-show binge eating is even worse. And here are some notable figures in the fitness industry speaking out about it.
I want to talk about the post-competition rebound. When you saw me, right? I was like 167.8 pounds. Yo, chiseled and jawlines up. Now I'm like, end of day, just
the problem. The reality is after you've dieted for that long, both physiologically and psychologically, you are in a really difficult position because you don't have a show holding you handcuffed. You're incredibly hungry and food focused, and trying to adhere to a very rigid, slow diet, where for part of it you're actually still in deficit, is going to set you up to binge. And I think when I tried to use this approach in the past, I had an extremely low success rate. Most of my athletes just lost their minds.
It just baffles me, like how this even happened, like how a switch just goes after being so strong for so long and not cheating once, and then this happens.
The switch mentioned is best described by Dr. Will Wong, an assistant professor of physiology at the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine.
Too much fat is bad, we all know. I mean, all of us have heard about it in the news all the time. But if you have very little fat, it's equally bad. In fact, it's actually worse off if you have no fat. It turns out that leptin is a satiety hormone, right? It's secreted in direct proportion to how much fat you have. So presumably, if you have a lot of fat, leptin level is very high. So that tells the brain, wow, you have plenty of fat reserved stored away in the compartment. So you can lower the feeding so that you don't get obese.
And 3 weeks ago, after I stepped off stage, the following ensued over the next 48 hours. I took off, I ate.
Oreo milkshake.
Anything and everything I wanted. I flew back home and I ate without feeling guilty. I lived like a normal human being with my friends and family. However, this was according to the plan, to offset the post-show binge. The 5 mistakes that are making you fatter. The plan after show, I know it's a bit early. 1, I'm not getting fat anymore. So I think that way I stay disciplined with a reverse diet. I'll take a bit of a diet break, but it will be a reverse diet. It won't be a binge. I'll take 2 days off and then we're going to reverse diet, bring up my calories, then we're going to dig and get even more shredded. There is fat to lose. Now, the reason I'm making this video is that you absolutely love the 6-pack transformation video. I detailed my entire 16 weeks of diet, training, and cardio. I know many will lose weight replicating the information I've given. It's irresponsible of me if I don't highlight the risks and detail how to avoid these. So smash the like button. It's important, or even more important than the transformation video. You want to stay lean and healthy. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification when I upload. Let's get into the 5 gym mistakes. Mistake number 1 is going on a full-out binge. What people tend to do is go on a 7-week binge and decide I'll get back on a diet and then I'll lose all the weight that I gained. That is a mistake. What you're doing throughout the dieting session is you're putting your body through a state of starvation. You're emptying your adipose cells, your fat cells, from the lipids. What happens then if you go on a 7-day binge, especially having a high-fat diet, consuming pizzas and burgers, all those lipids will fill those adipocytes, especially in a starvation phase. Your body's going to store all that fat as much as possible and you'll undo months worth of dieting within some days. And that's exactly what I did in 2017. This year, what we did is that post-show day, I indulged, I had all the foods that I wanted, I enjoyed myself, I deserved it. The second day, I controlled it by going back to fasting. I fasted as long as I could and then I ate all the foods I wanted to again. This way I was restricting my calories via intermittent fasting. What I then did, and what me and my coach Josh decided, is we moved my carbs, which was at 150 carbs at my lowest point. We bumped them to 400 carbs. We maintained the fats low and the protein high to keep satiated. And I continued eating the foods I loved. Rice cakes. I was eating all these foods on prep that I was eating now when I was having a lot more calories. And what you end up doing is you eat larger portions of the food you're eating on your diet, and this helps you regulate your leptin, your ghrelin. This helps you be able to maintain the physique. So what I recommend is, when you start a diet, eat the foods you enjoy, but in a controlled portion, and you just control the portions and you stay mature about it. As you see, as I was able to increase my calories, I could enjoy the odd cereal, but with portion control. I didn't finish the whole packet. I'd have half or a quarter, another third, and then finish it off. And even, you know, all the foods that I did enjoy. So that's the second thing. Get back on a diet, increase your calories so that you're not in such a deep deficit, but eat the foods that you're eating on prep. This way you'll minimize the fat gain. We'll go to the gym and we'll discuss topics 3 and 4.
They trying to tell me that my life's finished, but my thoughts kept me inside. I'm fucked up, but I'm alright with it. I saw everything bright. People didn't think that I would wanna leave until I offered.
Guys, everything and anything I'm always wearing is Gymshark. This is the forced zipper and joggers. So if you ever do want to support me by shopping Gymshark, you can always use the link in my description. All my videos have the Gymshark link, and that directly supports me. But let's talk about tip number 3, is the gym. Training, intensity, progressive overload. When you've doubled and increased your diet, you've doubled almost your carbs, you need to compensate for that energy input by increasing energy output, which is increasing either the weight or the number of reps you're doing in the gym. This way, you're going to give your muscles a better effect, and you're going to compensate for all the food you're eating. So you want to regain your strength and even progress and reach your previous personal records, your PRs, and increasing your strength in terms of the weight or reps. So make sure that you're trying to push yourself in the gym and use that energy, utilize that energy you've been given, and that's exactly what I'm doing. We're going to go on my 3rd set, and we'll be utilizing weight that I couldn't do when I was at the end of prep.
I've been lied to, I've been led on, I've been promised my freedom. Bitches told me that they love me, my nigga, and then I always believed it. Why isn't anything different? Everyone clouded my vision. Now a nigga on a mission, trying to shorten the distance, get through the worst of conditions. Never been a perfect image, more than just a person spitting. You wanna help me, but I never listen, nigga, I admit it. They trying to tell me that my life's finished. I'm fucked up, but I'm alright with it. I got some problems, homie, I admit it. I admit it. They trying to tell me that my life's finished. I'm fucked up, but I'm alright.
4 is cardio. People tend to cut it out completely, which is the wrong thing to do. What happens is you're eating a lot more food, your energy input is so high. If you drop out all cardio, that decreases your energy output, resulting in a higher amount of fat gain. What you should do is, at my peak of my cut, I was doing about an hour worth of cardio, burning 900 calories. At this point right now, I'm doing between 30 and 35, which is half, burning 500 calories, offsetting that energy input, and that way I'm still able to maintain that lean look. So I advise you, when you finish your diet, don't cut out cardio completely. Decrease cardio slowly, so half it by whatever you were doing, and then decrease it slowly. And cardio is healthy for you, so I would say incorporating cardio even during your bulk is highly advised. The final thing, and tip number 5, is stay disciplined. If you're doing cardio or if you're doing walking, doing your neat non-exercise activity thermogenesis is super important to, again, maintain your activity high. So I was taking 10,000 to 12,000 steps a day by walking Blue, my dog. I still do that. That's the discipline that I grew throughout the prep. It's the discipline I'm on to maintain. The same thing goes for doing intermittent fasting, which is an eating protocol which helps your fat loss. I'm still maintaining that. So all the little habits that you grow throughout your prep, you need to maintain that to also minimize the fat gain, and it will help you throughout. So that is tip number 5. Whatever disciplines that you managed to adapt within your diet, maintain them as much as you can. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. If you did, hit the video with a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you have any questions, comment down below, ask me. I respond to all comments. Peace.